Welcome to part 1 of my trip to Bergen in Norway. My first trip to Bergen was in 2015 to visit my friend. 9 years later, I was back, this time to celebrate that same friend's wedding. I don't know about you, but sometimes when I think of places in my past so fondly, I worry that going back to them is going to be disappointing because maybe they've changed or maybe I have. But from the moment I got off the plane, I knew it was going to be even better than before. Whilst Bergen is Norway's second biggest city, it's actually quite compact, but you definitely won't run out of things to do. I was excited to go back to Pingvinen, which was my favourite restaurant last time I was in Bergen. My tastes have expanded a bit since then, so I was a bit worried whether it was going to hold up or whether it was actually not as good as I remembered it. But I can confidently say it was even better. There's a reason why it's still so popular. It's affordable by Bergen standards, and it gives you a glimpse into traditional Norwegian food with a modern flair. There's something very humbling about the unassuming exterior, and the inside feels very homely. It feels very typical of Bergen. A place that doesn't need to shout loudly because its quality speaks for itself. I didn't do a tour of the apartment, but here are a few pictures. As you can see, it's very spacious, light and airy. There's a fully stocked kitchen, and also this cool bed on a mezzanine floor, which is not something that I'd ever seen before. Day 2 with a light lunch, as this evening is the first of the wedding celebrations. The city has a very good culinary scene with everything from snacks to Michelin star restaurants. We were blessed with a lot of unexpectedly nice weather with blue skies. You might think of Norway as a wintry country, but it comes alive in summer when its nature and bright colours have the chance to shine. Tonight was a pre-wedding mixer event for the guests to get to know each other, which I think is a great idea. I knew there was going to be local seafood served, so I wore my fish shirt and prawn socks. There were lots of prawns. So many prawns. More prawns than I've ever seen in my life. I was a bit intimidated by the shelling process, but so many of my new Norwegian friends offered to show me. It seems everyone had a slightly different method, and I regret not filming it because this could have been a successful video. There's always something peaceful about being by the water, and having this opportunity to embrace the culture, meet lots of new people and have some great conversations was just perfect. The third day involved another trip to Pingvinen, because once you're under its spell you can't keep away. We also found a big shopping centre and enjoyed looking around. August is a busy season for Bergen, with lots of cruise passengers and tourists arriving via other means. The Beyond the Gates Black Metal Festival was on, so there were plenty of music fans around and about. Today was my friend's wedding celebration and it rained the whole day, so it's good that it was indoors. The food was amazing and showcased some seasonal local produce. More great times with great people. So I am in Bergen in Norway. I have been here for the last few days because some friends of mine were getting married, and today we have an event which is a leftovers party, which basically means that all of the food that didn't get eaten yesterday is up for grabs today. So I'm very excited about this because the food at the wedding was fantastic. There's also a sauna and the opportunity to swim in the sea, but it's not very warm, and I don't think it would be wise to swim in the sea, but watch this space. I'll let you know if I do. That's a United Sardine factory. It does. My friend told me yesterday that there are lots of abandoned umbrellas in Bergen. They just break and people just leave them at the side of the road, so there's one there. It's very cool with the graffiti and, you know, converted old factories and things like that. It's kind of given me some Oosburn vibes. So we're here at the venue and some nice boats here. And then this is the sauna in the background that we'll be going into shortly. I'm not going to take my camera in there, obviously. And a ship has just recently come in, which is now docked over here. And that apparently is a ship that goes all the way from the north to the south of Norway. Or the south to north, I'm not entirely sure. It was then time to leave to go for an evening meal, and I walked uphill from USF to Café Opera. Everywhere you look in Bergen there's beauty, whether it's natural landscapes or nicely painted houses. I had fish soup, which is always a win for me. The fish soup from Café Opera was different to the fish soup in Pingvinen. If you like fish soup as much as I do, then maybe you could even consider doing a fish soup tour of sorts where you try the fish soup everywhere you go. Today it's time for a Fjord cruise, which is something I didn't get to experience back in 2015. We needed some quick food and went to Angry Bite, a Middle Eastern casual eatery that I would 100% recommend. Everything was delicious, especially the falafel, and the couple running it was so nice and preparing everything from scratch with fresh ingredients.
Welcome to cruise ports in Bergen. Bergen is one of the largest cruise destinations in Europe. On average, there are 330 cruise ships and 450,000 passengers visiting Bergen every year.
hope you enjoyed that little trip up the fjord. I didn't film the way back because we went back the exact same way and also the weather took a turn, so I'll show you some pictures from inside the ship. Lots of people want to film and take pictures, so the inside wasn't super busy until it started to rain. We travelled up a fjord to the village of Mo and then back. The black line shows roughly where we went. We needed to do a supermarket trip to get some snacks for tomorrow, and can we just take a moment to appreciate the amount of sun lollies? This is a key 90s British childhood memory unlocked for me right now. In this picture of me from our first day shortly after we arrived, you can see Mount Ulriken in the background. This will feature prominently in part 2, so be sure to check it out. If you enjoyed part 1, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. See you next time for part 2. Bye for now.